It's your girl, Niti girl. Gather those filthy bitch something made additional. You made it all the way to episode 3. Thank you. So here I am today with my first real recipe. I know you're thinking, how can somebody release 3 episodes of a cooking show and not cook till the 3rd one? Chache mitrale. Okay, so today I'm gonna be making rajma. I love rajma. Rajma is like my childhood comfort food. It's the #1 thing I want when I go home. And it was like the first thing I learned to make when I moved out of my house. And yeah, so I'm gonna share how I make rajma. Now, in today's recipe, I'm gonna be cooking in 2 different ways. I'll be cooking with the Instant Pot, and I'll be showing you while more talking about how you could cook it in a traditional pressure cooker as well. But trust me, do yourself a favor, get an Instant Pot. When I show you guys, you're gonna be like, order it, bring it to my house right now. So, super excited to show you how to make my homemade rajma. I'll also maybe throw in a bonus segment of how to make the rice that complement it. You know, just for you guys, little bonus episode. So, stay tuned, here we go. I'm super excited to share my first set of ingredients with you. First, I have already, I know you're thinking compared to the other episodes, how organized is this girl? Okay, so I have 1 diced white onion. I have 2 diced tomatoes. I have now possibly the most complicated of ingredients. I have 4 cloves of garlic. They're big guys. Okay, about 4 of those. And then I have a bunch of cut up ginger, about this size. A thumb. So I took the 4 cloves of garlic, I lined them up next to my ginger, and then I cut off that amount, okay? It's in here. I also have 2 green peppers. These ones aren't like super spicy, and I know that from experience, that's why I'm using 2. If you have a batch that's super spicy, it's easier to add more spice later than to take it out, because you can't take it out. Okay, and last but not least, I have a big can of my kidney beans here. This one is 540 milliliters. So I'm using one big can because I find if I make 2 little cans, it's too much. So this I find is a good serving. It'll probably last you about 2 days or enough for 4 people. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring out my Instant Pot now. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna play some exciting fireworks here. So get ready. Here it is, my Instant Pot. I love it. You're gonna see why I love it so much. But without wasting so much of your time, we're gonna get this recipe on a roll. Okay, so if you're not familiar with the Instant Pot, there's lots and lots of videos online to get you to know what the deal is. It also comes with a great manual to let you know how long to kind of put things in. Most of the recipes you're gonna see online include a time, including my recipes, for what setting you should use and whatnot. So to get this started, I like to make my tadka right in the Instant Pot. You can go ahead and hit saute. Did it hit saute? I don't know, director. Okay, I'm just gonna lean, guys. Okay, the Instant Pot is not on. Haha! Okay, we're gonna try it again. I'll just take it right from here. Okay, so, like I was saying, my Instant Pot, saute! It is on saute, okay. So, to get our tadka started, we always start with some avocado oil. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of it, okay? That means it's ready. Okay, so, get rid of that guy. Now, I'm gonna wait for it to get slightly warm. Okay, I can feel it kind of getting warm in there. So now we're gonna put in 1 teaspoon of jeera. Now I was gonna use my trusted spoon, but for you guys, I'm gonna pull out my measuring spoons. Fabulous, so I have my 1 teaspoon. Now when the jeera hits the pan, I want it to sizzle a bit. I'm hoping I've gotten it warm enough. Yeah, it's okay. So now, no harm, no foul. If it's not warm enough, it will get there. So now, like the rest of my recipes for tadka, you're gonna see We're gonna wait for the Gita, oh there it is, it's sizzling. We're gonna wait for the Gita to change colors. How do you know that? We're gonna compare it to what it looks like in here, what it looks like in there. It's gonna give a nice sizzle. It's gonna start getting aromatic. And then get ready for the next thing we're gonna put in is gonna be our garlic, ginger, and chili paste. Now, from the last scene you saw, I have taken the liberty to mixy this, so it's ready to go in here. Sounds like there was some water in our pan. Just so you know, you can't fry water. Oil does not like that very much. So also, this is the way that I make rajma. Some of you can even go another extreme form of lazy and not even bother to cook your tarka. You can just throw all the ingredients in and seal this baby. Now, I like the results of this better. I think it tastes better. It's up to you. How much time you got, girl? Or boy? How much? You, person. Okay, so my jeera is nicely changing colors here. Before we do our garlic ginger paste, we're gonna put our onion in. I thought I would never use these dishes, guys. Take that, Carollalio. I'm gonna give those a nice stir. So now in the last video, a lot of you noticed me like holding onto my nose and being like, ah, it smells so bad. It's because I can't turn on the fan, guys. This stuff is aromatic. And this is not a commercial kitchen, okay? Fabulous. I'm gonna let my onions sweat out just a little bit till they get about translucenty. And then we're gonna move on. Maybe I'll play some music here. It'd be pretty funny if I don't, and then I'm just dancing anyway. Okay, my onion dance. Shake it, shake it. Now don't worry too much about this recipe of like, wow, you're standing over that pot for a long time. It's just the first 10 minutes, then we're gonna be like, on the go. You always have time to make yourself a drink though. This isn't a real drink, but you know. Some soda water. It's early afternoon, guys. You know what, and we're cooking, I'm just gonna take the liberty. There we go. I'm gonna hate this on camera later and be like, what a fat face, but hey, I'm doing it for the germaphobes. So you know, I'm letting it play so that you guys can see what the real time situation is. And as I said that, I faced a technical difficulty and had to skip the video. So, be careful. Okay, my onions are getting like pretty brown. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you know exactly how much time has passed. Okay, so now we're gonna get ready for the most aromatic part of this experience, our garlic ginger chili paste, okay? So now, I just make mine fresh because I have that little like bullet mixer thing. But you can buy the paste, you can cut it up yourself, you can buy a whole bunch one year and cut it all up for the year. It's totally up to you. So now this is where your ginger is going to be the first thing to cook all the way through and start sticking to the bottom of your Instant Pot. Have no fear, okay? It's all going to come off. When we put the tomatoes in, they're going to let go of some water, they're going to soak up all that goodness at the bottom. So have no fear. Okay, I'm gonna let that brown. We're browning it. This is probably the time that your neighbors have fully realized that you are in fact home and making dinner. So be courteous. Make sure you turn on the fan. open a door, invite your neighbors over. Whatever it takes, guys. Now we have gotten a good brown on our garlic ginger chili paste. We're ready for our tomato. So go ahead and give those a good stir. Okay, so now when we add our tomatoes, we are ready to start adding our masalas. Okay, we're gonna take out a trusted teaspoon. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon of salt. The salt that I'm using is Himalayan sea salt. You can use any salt. I like this one. It's all good, okay? We're gonna do a teaspoon of haldi or turmeric powder, if you will. We're gonna do half a teaspoon of red chili. I'm doing half because I added 2 green chilies, so I'm trying to make sure that I don't have too much. But let's say you don't have any green chili, you're gonna add a full teaspoon of the red chili. Of course, chili is to taste. If you're not a spicy food person, tread lightly, you can always add more later. Okay, we're not gonna put any amchur in this recipe. We're also not gonna do any whole corianders. What we are gonna do is our garam masala. Now, I'm gonna take out my bigger spoon for that. Tablespoon, and we are gonna do 2 big tablespoons. Okay, boom. Now we're gonna give those a good stir, and we're just gonna kind of let those cook through until the tomatoes are totally dissolved. So I'm gonna use a little bit of TV magic here. It's probably I'm gonna check if my timer is still running. Okay, let's see. I don't know. You're gonna have to cook this guy for probably a good like 3 to 5 minutes until your tomatoes have disappeared, pretty much, okay? So, bear with me, I'll be right back. Okay, so our tadka is ready. It is like a nice paste. You can barely see kind of where the tomatoes are and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this guy off. Now I'm not sure if this is gonna work, of course, because that's how I make bloopers. Did it turn off, maybe? Mirror, mirror on the wall? No, it did not. Okay, we're just gonna leave that for a moment. Oh, this cancel button. Cancel, boom. It's off now, okay. So, give it one last kind of stir. Now, what I've done with my kidney beans, I've taken 1 can of them, I've rinsed them thoroughly, and popped them in here, okay? So now we're just gonna pop them in. All of our kidney beans. Boom, boom, boom. And now I'm going to give them a good stir so they're immersed in the tadka. Fabulous. Now, I am using kidney beans that are already soaked. They're not going to double in size. They've already been sitting in water. They have all the water in them that they could need, okay? So I only need to add 1 can, the same can, of water to get the right consistency for my sabji. Now, actually, let me give it a stir. Now, remember when cooking in the Instant Pot, we're not going to lose any water as we cook. So whatever consistency we make it here is kind of what we're going to deal with. So I want mine just a little bit thicker. So I've gone ahead and added 3/4 of a can, okay? Because that seems appropriate. Okay? So now, again, take a look at it. Is this a sabji? Let's say it was fully cooked right now. Is this the consistency you would want it? My answer is yes. So I used 3/4 of a can, okay? Fabulous. Now, here comes for all the magic. Okay, so now that our water is in here, there's a couple of ways we can go. If you have the Instant Pot, you can follow the rest of the steps as I'm going to tell them. Let's say you have a traditional pressure cooker. We're gonna follow all the exact same steps. You can make your tadka right in there. We're gonna add our beans and add our water. Then we're gonna seal our pressure cooker, please, please, please follow the instructions on your pressure cooker that came with your pressure cooker on how to seal it properly. Make sure that you're checking the seals and stuff. Everyone's heard a horrible story about a pressure cooker, okay? Okay. So, once you have it sealed, you're gonna take your heat on your stove, you're gonna set it to high with a traditional pressure cooker, okay? Once your pressure cooker has heated all the way and it started doing the sitia, or whistling if you will, you're gonna reduce to medium heat and you're gonna keep it on there for about 45 minutes. Now, that's for dried beans. For cooked beans, you could do about 20-25 minutes, but the more you can cook it, the better, the safer when you open the pot. Once your pressure cooker, you've reached that time, you're gonna turn your heat off, let it depressurize about halfway naturally, then go ahead and lift your whistle there, let all the steam out, and then take a look at what's inside. But I'm gonna keep going with my Instant Pot here. Okay, so the Instant Pot website says you should take about 8 minutes for beans that are already soaked. We are gonna give this a full 12 minutes just so that it has enough time to really soak through the tarka, cook it all very, very well. I like that, okay? I've been even known to go about 15 minutes, but sometimes the beans then will get too mushy. So we're gonna go for 12, it's gonna be fabulous. Don't worry when you open this pot if it is too runny. We can always cook it off, we can always go to saute and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hit pressure cook. I'm gonna reduce my time to 12 minutes. Go ahead, tap that guy off. Whoa! Just gonna, yep. There we go. Gotta love the Instant Pot, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and switch my thing to sealing, which is all the way back here. This guy is sealed. It's gonna go off and tell me when it's done. I will meet you guys right back here. In the meantime, enjoy the cocktail. Have some fun. Oh, I didn't expect to see you here. So guys, I'm just casually making rajma. As you can see, it is time for me to open the pressure cooker. Now, I'm very nervous standing on the other side of the pressure cooker, so I'm just gonna back away now and you'll see less of me and more of my hands. But once the Instant Pot has beeped for you, you can manually release. Now, you manually release by moving the venting system to yourself. Now, I think they ask you to like do it with a tool or some sort, but I like to do what I call the karote pajo. And there we are. Okay, so it's the moment of truth. We're gonna open this guy again. I'm nervous on the other side, but I'm gonna go this way. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it looks delicious. It smells delicious. Ready? Okay, it's a good consistency. This is what I wanted. So now, today it's a little bit more yellow than I had anticipated. I guess I got too excited with your haldi, but it's good for you. It is what it is. What I like to do now is, because I still feel like the gravy could just thicken a bit, and I find that happens if you just crush a few beans in here. I'm gonna go ahead once again and flip to saute. I bet it's not on saute. There we go. And just for 5 or 10 minutes or so. Just to get the right consistency. Today the consistency is really good. I have been known to overwater sometimes, so you know, that can happen. But Indian cooking really is trying and seeing what you like and what you're used to eating at home, and you know, plays a big part of what you're gonna like here. So, rather than take up more of your time, I'm gonna TV magic my way out of this guy. And now I'm gonna show you how to make the rice that complement this dish so very much. So, TV magic, I'll be right back. here I am ready to go. So I actually have an extra inner portion to the Instant Pot. Another 6 quart for this exact reason. So if you're like really on the go, you can get it done even faster. You'll see behind me the Rajma sitting. They're ready to be served or put into lunch boxes or whatever you're doing. And now I'm gonna get started on our rice. So first thing first, we're gonna hit the good old saute. Bam! Okay, we're gonna use a splash of avocado oil. Now, usually we do 2 tablespoons. It's ready. Usually we do 2 tablespoons in our sabjis or our dals. In the rice, we're gonna do just 1 teaspoon, just so that the rice aren't super sticky. So we're gonna get that going in there, and then we're gonna get ready next with our jeera. Things you can prepare for this recipe while our oil gets hot. See, look, you're using good times time. I have half an onion sliced lengthwise. Okay, I have 1 cup of rice. I soak these and drain these for about 20 minutes. And then I also have the cheaters vegetable, 1 cup of frozen mixed veggies. I know, they're frozen. It is what it is, guys. They're pretty, I like them. There is some value to them. So, I can hear that my oil is already hot. I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, jeera. I love jeera, as you can tell. And again, like all Indian recipes, let this brown. Let them brown until they change color. You guys getting a hint now? I'm gonna roll. Sizzle, sizzle, my friends. Sizzle, sizzle. So this is what I really love about the Instant Pot is that this is all I've used. I haven't even had to use my stove, guys. It's awesome. So now let's say I have someone coming over for dinner. This is all I have to hide. But I have this one. I could have more, to be honest. Fabulous. Okay, so let's say you're doing it in the pressure cooker. I mentioned that it's 45 minutes if you have dried beans. I didn't tell you, if you have dried beans and you want to use them in this recipe, you're going to double the time. So you want to do about 24 minutes in here if they're dried. I've done it with dried beans before. It turns out great as well. One time I used a really old bag of dried beans, and they didn't turn out so well, but it was because of the meat. So make sure you're not using beans from like 2002. They're not from like your emergency earthquake pack. Okay, so we got some sizzles happening here. I'm gonna go ahead and add half an onion. I sliced these lengthwise and I used white onion. Why? I didn't have any red onion. Red onion is less, I guess, potent, sharp. Okay, and it also adds a nice color. So that's really why. But I only have white onion today, so here's half a white onion. Oh, it's hot in there. Okay. And then in this rice recipe, I really like to brown my onions. Why? I don't want them to disappear in like, you know, the rice of it all, the white of it all. I want them to stay kind of crispy, a different color, you know? Make it happen. Sizzle, sizzle, my friends. Sizzle, sizzle. Now that I actually cook for a live audience, aka the one other person who's in this room, I find that on most cooking shows, wow, they must really undercook stuff because like, it's not cooked at all. Like, I gotta wait for these bad boys to get brown. I gotta eat this stuff. Okay. I'm also going to throw in my 1 cup of frozen veggies. Okay, at this point when I add the veggies, I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of salt. Now, I don't like to salt stuff very much, primarily because my husband told me to stop putting so much salt and stuff. It is delicious though, so up to you. That's why they always say salt to taste. Okay, fab. So that's all gotten a little bit warm. We don't have to worry too much about it, just because it's gonna cook through the rice process now, okay? So now I'm gonna add my soaked rice on top. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. And now I'm gonna take my fabulous. And we're gonna do 2 cups of water. So I'm gonna do a cup of water in here so I can get all the leftover rice. Fabulous. And one more. The rice to water ratio is always 1 to 2, okay? So you don't need to stir it past that. You don't need to do anything like that. My lid here has a little bit of rice on it. It'll be okay. Go ahead and seal that guy. Change that over to sealing. Come on over and just hit rice. And 12 minutes. So really, this dinner can be done for sure in under like 45 minutes if you want to do both back to back. Right now, I'm going to take the time to just cut a little bit of a Punjabi salad. So maybe some cucumbers, some red onion. Oh wait, you know I don't have any. Just cucumber then for today, but cucumber, red onion, crack some salt and pepper over it. You can also do a really nice yogurt, crack some salt and pepper into that. Grate some carrots, some cucumber, make your own kind of raita. You can spice up an Indian dish super, super quick. You can give it that restaurant flair. You just gotta put a little extra into it. So, we will catch you guys when these rice are done. We're gonna use that TV magic. And there you have it. Dinner is served. Niti cooks. So I just basically took our rice out, fluffed it up a little, put it in here. Our rajma are nice and ready, put it in here. I actually didn't even get a chance to cook it more, but now that I'm looking at it in the dish, it looks beautiful, delectable. It is the right color. It is everything. I wish you were here. I wish you could smell it. I feel like I should do the typical cooking house thing and be like, so good. But I already know. So it's delicious, but I want to know if you think it's delicious. So please, please, please try this recipe at home. Let me know in the comment section what you liked about this recipe, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see next. I want to hear it all. So hit the like button, comment below. Let me know. What do you think? What do you think about Niti Cooks? I need to know. Okay, I need to know. Well, that's all from me, guys. I will catch you in episode 4. How about take a guess at what you think is coming in episode 4? Super, super excited. Thank you so much. Love you. Yaro, dosto. Bitch, bitch, son de mere dushmano. It's your girl,